get familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
How should we start this? Raw Underground. Raw Underground. It's basically Shane's Fight Club. And it's exactly what WWE has always done. They're always right on time. Fight Club just came out. Like 1999, 98, 97, 96, I think 97, 98, and 99. We're in, no, not 2019. Not even 2009. 1999. It's 2020. It's been over 20 years since that movie came out. But just now, they're catching that wild Fight Club wave that is still going crazy. Now look. Could this work? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not going to completely just demolish it. Not entirely. But there are some things I definitely got to talk about. First of all, nothing screams cool and edgy more than Shane McMahon. You couldn't use somebody else. You don't have an actor backstage, someone. Shane, that's the guy. He's the street fighting, the leader of the street fight underground of Raw. Shane. Oh, fuck. Right then, I knew we're in trouble. Right then, it's like, oh God. And then we had strippers? Exotic dancers, I guess you call them. I don't know which one. I'm guessing exotic dancers. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Like, I didn't mind the Divas era. I prefer the women's wrestling era, but you can have both at the same time. I'm okay with the Divas or exotic dancers, whatever. Didn't offend me. I'm okay with that. But the music was terrible. Like, they had, like, porn music when they showed the ladies. It was, like, cheap porn music. It was bad. That part was bad. It made it look so cheesy. So cheesy. And the door, the entrance to the underground, was clearly just a fucking closet. Like, that's not going to be a basement to an arena. Are we supposed to forget that Raw's in arenas? I know right now it's in Full Sail, but Full Sail is kind of still an arena. You think that door is what the basement to an arena looks like? No. Probably not, no. Definitely not, no. Can we at least get a double door, like a little more menacing? Make it look like it could lead to a basement of a fucking arena? That was a closet. Secondly, this is the commentator's fault. Clearly the commentator's fault. Dio Madden returned. He was one of the goons in the this Fight Club atmosphere they were doing. You guys saw it. It was two guys. They had matches, fights, I guess they wanted to call them. Shoot matches? Who knows what the fuck they're calling it. But they had these MMA style fights, matches, whatever. And Dio Madden made an appearance at the end. And the commentators said nothing. If you guys don't remember Dio Madden, that's okay. He was just a blip. But he was a member of the commentary team for like 2 months on Raw. Like 7-8 months ago. He was like the partner, Corey Graves' partner. He was the third member of the commentary team. How come the commentary team would mention, hey, it's Dio, to make it more of a big deal that he's like fighting? Nope, no mention. He's just a nameless goon who gets I think he ate a spine buster from Shelton Benjamin. Great commentary work there, gentlemen. Great job. And let's talk about my biggest problems with this. And I'll get into the positives. I'll get into the positive. But the biggest problems, the main one, and it's a big one for me, is it is going to be very hard. Like, you see this, you watch it, it's like, okay, WWE's telling us this is real fighting. Sweet, we're watching real fighting. Are you getting my drift? How this is going to be a problem? But then we go back the next segment, and it's back in the actual WWE ring. So this isn't real fighting? You notice how that's a problem? It exposes, like, we already know wrestling is fake. But now the fake wrestling is putting on fake, less fake wrestling? What? It's like, these fights are still fake, but we're making them look more real? But then on our normal, where our champions are going to be fighting, in the actual ring, it's fully fake. I don't know. I hope you get my drift. It's a problem. It's a problem. It makes us wrestling fans look even stupider, even dumber, when you're just exposing even more the fucking... For example, Dolph Ziggler. He looked good. He looked good. He had a nice little squash match. Looked good. I think it was it Eric? Was that which one it was? I think it was Eric. Yeah, it was Eric. Of the Viking Raiders. He beat the holy shit out of someone. That was great. He looked the best. That was the coolest the Viking Raiders have looked in months. And I think a big reason is because they weren't playing fucking Vikings. They didn't have shields. They didn't look kind of Disney stupid. He just kicked someone's ass. It was great. But then we're going to have to watch, which that's good. They make them look great. We want our superstars to look great. But then what's going to happen next week or whatever when we see them in a normal match on Raw? And they're wrestling completely normal again. Like, Ziggler, why aren't you doing what really worked? We saw it work here. You're a good fighter. A good MMA-style fighter, it looked like. So when he goes back to being normal Dolph Ziggler doing zigzags, we're going to be like, what the fuck? It just doesn't make sense. And if your zigzag is such a devastating maneuver, or your super kick is such a devastating maneuver, why aren't you using it down in the underground? Oh, you're not using it in underground because that's more real, where a zigzag would do nothing. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's a problem. It's a problem. Because you're separating worlds here. It's a problem. Now, the good thing that could come of this, like the only way I think this could really work is maybe, I guess, use like some developmental talent, like the big dudes. Maybe Dio Madden, use him. And they had a couple other big guys getting tossed around by the Hurt Business at the end. Use some of these big guys, give them names, have them get Ziggler out of here, get Viking Raiders out of here. I guess you can keep the Hurt Business if you want, but if they're down here, I don't want to see them go back and forth, because that creates that separate worlds problem to where, oh, one's real, one's not. Let's show us how. No. But you could create some big monsters down there in the underground, and after a bunch of squash matches, they can eventually then collide against each other in one of these shoot fights. The winner can start building momentum, beating other... Just create a small little league. Make that a small little world, like their own little tiny roster. 10 men. That's it. Developmental guys, or guys that didn't work out in NXT or aren't working out on NXT right now. Shoot them on over. Put them in the underground. Build a name there doing this style of wrestling. And eventually, if someone looks dominant enough and looks good enough and people actually are starting to buy into him as a threat, move them up. Then you move them up to like a big match against a Drew McIntyre. Like imagine if they let Dio beat the shit out of everyone down there for like 2 months on Raw Underground. If let's be serious, Raw Underground's not gonna last 2 months. But if it did, have someone like Dio, a humongous mountain of a man, and a scary looking guy, beat the shit out of a bunch of people down there with a fighting style. Eventually challenge Drew McIntyre on the main roster for the title. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then make it happen on the main roster. Pay-per-view, I guess. Why not? And he won't win. But still, at least that feels like a big fight at that time. It feels like we got a real fighter versus our champion. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And after he loses, he can go back down and beat people up. But that's the only way it works, is by slowly creating stars. And whenever someone is fully ready, you just bring them up full time in the WWE. But if you keep having professional wrestler WWE guys like Ziggler go down, come back up, go over, come back up, go over, come back up, and we're just watching their styles change from week to week, it looks stupid. Like, okay, why is not using his finisher on Underground? Oh, because it's not realistic. Okay, thank you, Vince. Thank you for informing me. I didn't know that. I didn't know that no one would be knocked out from a zigzag. Thank you. So yeah, that's a massive problem. I'm not sure how they could fix it. Like, you can't really. Except, like I said, try to keep the worlds as separate as possible. And it's not going to happen, but the other possibility that's a bright spot is maybe they could do Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar down there. I'm reaching here. Help me out. I'm reaching for some rays of light here. That'd be cool, right? They can like kind of fight, you know what I mean? I don't know, because they both want to actually. Bobby damn sure wants to fight or wrestle Brock. He doesn't care which one. He wants to do it. He wants that plate. He wants that opportunity. This might be a way to get it done, since they both have that background. So maybe. The other bright spot, I will say, this looked perfectly fine without crowds. Because, you know, we're in a room with a bunch of employed people cheering. It looked great. That part looked good. And the ring, black ring without the ropes, looked good. Like, it was pleasing to my eyes. That was nice. So, it could work. I just don't see it happening. Let's be serious. What do you guys think? What are the odds? First of all, let's just say, how long do you think it'll last? Is this going to go to SummerSlam? I'm not sure. We know it's going to happen this week, this Monday. If I had to guess, I'll say they'll give it one more chance the Monday after. But if the ratings go down for that third hour, it will be done. It will be done really quick. It will be something we just add it to the list of forgotten ideas. Remember Mick Foley's third hour of Raw going dark? Supposed to be like edgier. Did that last 1 week? Maybe 2? I think 2. Because they had an electric chair idea. Remember that? Yeah, they never did that. For good fucking reason. Who even gave the thumbs up to even speak those words on Raw television? Oh yeah, we're going to do an electric chair thing. Fucking morons. Really stupid. But besides that, there's not a lot of places this could go. There just isn't. To me, this looks like it was probably a 1 month thing. Just to try to boost the ratings. They threw some shit against the wall. Let's see what sticks. I don't see this sticking. I just don't. And most of the wrestling community seems to hate it. They seem to hate it. I don't hate it. I just have there's a lot more problems than good things about it. The presentation wasn't terrible. They edited a lot. Like, if you noticed, holy shit, the cameras were just flipped, the angles just flip, all over the place. They didn't need to do that. Just show it like a fucking normal fight. Give me 2 camera angles, done. Done. They had like 70. No, I'm not joking. It was a lot. Like, I think someone said it was, there was more. I think it was 2 to 1. For every 1 second, there was 2 camera cuts. That's ridiculous. That's gonna make someone fucking nauseous watching that shit. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Besides that, I don't know. I gave my best idea. Keep the world separate. Build monsters and stars on one. And then if they get ready enough and they look dominant enough and you think fans are going to buy into it enough, send them over for a mega match against one of your top stars and go from there. And whenever they're ready fully and the gimmick seems nailed down to them, you can move them up entirely. But no back and forth. Don't go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. No bueno. Not good. Not good. It brings up too many logic holes that we don't want to poke in wrestling. We already know it's fucking fake. Don't present it to us and basically just yell in our fucking face, hey, yeah, you, it's fucking fake. Let's show you what real fighting looks like. Don't do that. That's stupid. See how dumb that looked? Yeah, that's stupid. So no more. No more doing that. You know, let's be serious, they will. And also, can we just keep it to like one, maybe 10-minute segment, 5 to 10-minute segment for Raw Underground? I don't need it going back and forth. We only need 3 or 4. We only need to keep checking on Raw Underground. It's fine. I think everything will be okay. We'll all be okay. Fuck, man. Raw Underground. This is what we get. Now look, again, we asked for change. We asked for try it with fresh ideas. That's why I'm not going to completely demolish them. I will give them a little bit of a chance. Because we asked for fresh. This is fresh. It just could be a fresh pile of shit. Until then, let me know what you guys think down below. What do you think of my idea? Or are you guys okay with them going back and forth using different movesets depending on what show they're on? I think that's just fucking odd. I'm not really a fan of that at all. It makes it look like one is fake and the other isn't. Hey, maybe I'm an idiot. Or maybe I'm fucking right. Let me know down below what you guys think. And if you are still here, you are a real one.